Okay, students, today we are going to deal with one more course lesson titled The Grammar of Anarchy. So, we'll see what it is and what the writer is going to tell you in this. So, it is written by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. As part of pre-reading activity, let us see how it takes us to the actual lesson. What is anarchy? What is its opposite? So, what actually do you mean by anarchy? We celebrate August 15th as Independence Day and Jan 26th as Republic Day. What is the significance of these two dates and what is the difference between them? So everyone knows very well that 15th August every year is being celebrated as Independence Day, whereas 26th January as Republic Day. The significance of these two dates and what is the difference between them? What is the actual difference? What happened on 15th August 1947? How about January 26th? Why do we celebrate it as Republic Day? India became an independent country on August 15, 1947. What was the status of India before independence? Before India got the independence, what was the status of it? What is a country and what is a nation? Do both words mean the same or is there any difference between them? What do I mean by a country and what do I mean by a nation? So these are all intricacies of the terms. That is, generally we say country and nation both are same, but it's not like that. What does the phrase unity in diversity mean? What do you mean when you say unity in diversity? So you know very well that India is a diverse country in the sense there is a lot of variation among the south, north, east, west, and all. Like we have several languages, almost 1835 languages being spoken in the country. And in spite of such kind of diversity in culture, diversity in language, there is unity in diversity. How is it relevant to India? How is unity different from uniformity? So what does the phrase unity in diversity mean? How is it relevant? Why do we say how is it relevant? I just told you. Like we have so many languages, we have so many things, so many different cultures, different languages, and all. There's a lot of variation, no matching at all. But still, they all are united when it comes to being Indians. It is relevant to India how unity is different from uniformity. How can you say that unity is different from uniformity? Do you know the origins of the slogan Liberty, Equality, Fraternity? Today it is also the motto of two countries. Do you know which are these countries? So, liberty, equality, fraternity. These you must have heard already. So, what is the importance of these? What are the origins of the slogan liberty, equality, fraternity? So, two countries have got this as a motto. Do you know which are these countries? So, these are all the things which we need to know before we go into the lesson. That is, the lesson deals with these topics. So, let us now know about the author. The chief architect of the Indian Constitution and one of the makers of modern Indian nation, Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar, B.R. Ambedkar, was born on April 14, 1891 in Mohau, Madhya Pradesh. So, Bhimrao Ambedkar was born in the year 1891 in the state Madhya Pradesh. Hailing from a community considered untouchable by the Hindus, so he hailed from a community which is called as untouchable by the higher class Hindus. Ambedkar grew up experiencing the trauma of seclusion and discrimination. So Ambedkar happened to experience the pain of seclusion as well as discrimination. Encouraged by the Maharaja of Baroda, he went to Columbia University, New York, where he did his master's thesis on the caste system and doctoral work on British finance in India. So he was encouraged by the Maharaja of Mysore. So the Maharaja of Baroda, not Mysore, but the Maharaja of Baroda, he has encouraged him on finding his intelligence. He was very happy, and so he went on to encourage him to go to Columbia University. There he did his master thesis, and he did his master's thesis on the caste system. His major theme was caste system and doctoral work on British finance in India. He has done his doctoral work on British finance in India. He was a social reformer who fought for the rights of people from the deprived sections of the society. So he was actually a social reformer who fought for the rights of the people from the deprived sections of the society, the downtrodden deprived sections. Their rights should be protected. That was his motto. As the chairman of the drafting committee of the constitution, he worked with Promethean zeal to bring out a comprehensive document that was inclusive and had the capacity to hold the diverse populace of India together. So he was the chairman of the Constitution Committee, drafting committee of our Constitution, of the Indian Constitution. So he has done a he has done such a monumental work. He brought out a comprehensive document which included each and every kind of diversity in India, like capacity to hold the diverse populace. It has the capacity to put in control the populace, the varied populace of the country. He was awarded the Bharat Ratna, India's highest civilian honor, posthumously in 1991. So he was awarded Bharat Ratna posthumously in the year 1991. So you all know very well about this man, Babarao Bhimarao Ambedkar, how he was so good at doing these, drafting the constitutions. We owe our constitution to this person, this main person. About the speech. So let us see what he says in the speech. The Grammar of Anarchy is an edited extract from Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's closing speech at the Constituent Assembly on November 25, 1949. In the year 1949, on November 25th, he has given a closing speech in the Constituent Assembly. So in the Constituent Assembly, he has given a closing speech. The speech outlines the diversity of India and details the challenges the country would face in implementing the Constitution. So what are the challenges that the country is facing? And it outlines the diversity of India and the challenges of the country. So what is the diversity of India and what are the major challenges coming out of this diversity on the basis of social equality? Emphasizing the need to build a nation on the basis of social equality. Dr. Ambedkar unfolds a roadmap that India needs to follow in order to hold its fragments together and graduate from being a country to a full-fledged nation. So he says our nation should be built on the basis of social equality. There should not be any discrimination among people based on the caste, language, or anything. And he unfolds a roadmap that India needs to follow in order to hold its fragments together and graduate from being a country to a full-fledged nation. So he gives us a roadmap how to proceed so that we can hold the different fragments of our country and then grow from being a country to a full-fledged nation. Dr. Ambedkar's three advices to give up the grammar of anarchy. Dr. Ambedkar's three advices. There are three advices that are given by Ambedkar. To give up the grammar of anarchy, to avoid hero worship. To give up the grammar of anarchy, that is, not a single thing should be given such kind of power, that everyone goes only to him that. But we should be able to notify what is good and what is bad. We should be able to discriminate between the good and the bad. But blindly we should not follow. To avoid hero worship. So let us not worship a person as a hero. So try to see whether he is really doing correctly or not, and to work towards a social and not just a political democracy. It's not only a political democracy about the parties ruling, opposition, power, elections, and all, but also a social democracy. Continue to be relevant even today. So these words are even today relevant. So we understand very well in the lesson next, in the next class, how they are relevant. Okay, thank you.